Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about Yellow-Purple Rosinante. Even though since he came out, he didn't really have an impact at all, mostly because there wasn't enough good laws in Yellow and Purple, but the last few weeks that changed a lot. We have now the forecast 6K promo that give us Dawn when we played, if we have less than opponent and 6K and blocker. Then, most importantly, we got the Rosinante Law, EB04 or op14 if you want it, which is always treated as Rosinante Law because otherwise this card won't work with the leader and other stuff. It's a 6 cost, 8K a blocker, and when for one Dawn and you draw one on play if you have less or equal dons as your opponent, which is really good with this leader ability because on your 5 don turn you go -1, you are at 4, your opponent is also at 4, you play him, get the don that you just don minus that you got with the leader, you get back, and even an active for that matter, and you get a free card. And in EB03, there is another law that's coming out. 8 cost 6K, you may trash one card from your hand and trash this character, add up to one card from the top of deck to the top of your life, and then play a 7 cost law. And with that, you can play this card for 6 with lead ability, get a life, play out the 7 cost, get another life. For 6 turn, you get 2 new lives. With all these blockers combined and these two broken events, this deck really is defensive now and can protect itself. And because of the leader ability, it's really aggro. I want to show you how the curve with this deck looks like. This is not really a deck list, just ignore it. So, what I'm going to, well, I just get to hand what I want to. A second. Oh yeah, for some reason the promo isn't on Limitless yet, so we need to substitute for this. And yeah. So, we are now the perfect core. You are at 3, you want to play out one cost, either the one cost character, the other Rosinante that search a law, which is really good because this law can search the 6 cost. The only sad part about it is this law can search the other law as it's not hard pirate, and the same goes for the one cost search event. But yeah, let's go to the code. So first you search whatever. What do we get here? 2K, nice. And then we're going to use leader ability. Whoops, we return it to the Don deck. Imagine this is a promo, 4 cost 6K, and we get the Don plus, then 5 Don turn. Also, we got on our 3 Don turn 6K blocker, so we are even safe for the first win most of the time. On 5 Dons, you're going to do the same. Either you search or you put a Don on something, attack, and then use lead ability again. And then on 5, you got on 4, get 1 back, get an active Don, get to draw a random card. And oh wonder, it was a 1 cost, you can even play it out then. And yeah, that is how the deck is more or less functional. This is now the 8 cost. Same procedure. And then you swing with it, swing with this on your, what is it? 6. And you have these swings. This is 6K by the way. These swings on your 6th on turn. So it's really good. And this heals you for 2 life. And you have on your 3 on turn, a 6K blocker you can block for free, and an 8K blocker on your 5 turn. Plus good events. Yeah, okay. This is like the basic for the deck. I hope you understand everything. Now we're going into some gameplay footage. I don't know how great or bad this footage is, because I didn't remember everything, but I just want to talk about the deck a little bit. So what makes the deck good? In my opinion, it's simply the opportunity you have. Can swing just with leader and one other character, and then just let stand up the blocker. And if your opponent can't play stuff like perfume or unblockable event, even though most decks can have it, they can't kill you whatsoever. And another thing that's really good is just how quickly it ramps. The problem with the deck, in my opinion, is consistency. The 6 cost law and Rosy is really important for the deck, and you have only one searcher for it in the entire deck, which isn't the greatest. And like I told before, you play a lot of blocker, which is nice, but at the moment in the meta, Boar play Perfume, Jinbei play Perfume, Mihawk makes it so you can't waste your blocker anyway, and so on. Even this deck had an unblockable event, and this new yellow deck has also an unblockable event. By the way, I think the new yellow Egghead Luffy is better than I4, because 6 life is pretty good. You get a lot of trigger, but I don't think this deck is too great because you are really dependent on your trigger. But yeah, as you saw, right here, focus on your 3 on turn. You try to swing with 5, you get a free block. Focus searcher, top 5 or something. And yeah, here perfect curve. We can search again with one of our 3 1-cost searcher. And then simply play out. Oh yeah, I play out this law. This said Don -1, also 4-cost 5K blocker. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in hand, discard 2, and it's random, which is really good because it's simply plus. So I played it here first because I didn't want him to counter out anything. So he stays high on his hand card and get advantage out of this law. And yeah, like to see how much aggression this deck can do. 6 life leader already has 3. And the other thing which is really good about this deck, you can't really go for the board because the effect of Rosinante says that when one of the law would be destroyed, I think you're gonna see it now. You can simply, yes, you can take a life instead. And yes, the other effect, I hope you know it by now, is Don -1, cost reduce your law in hand by 2. Yeah. Here against this, what I find against this new Luffy leader, if you go on board, it's not that good. I even tried to starve it with Dofi, and it worked fine. And yes, this deck makes a lot of moves here, as you see. Even though I have to take it, I have a 8K blocker. I have an event that can stun something. And offensively, I have enough power to go for the board. Yeah. The other thing about this deck is only really can get greater because each time a new yellow or purple law is printed, this deck gets a little push, and that's great. That's what's missing, in my opinion, is another 2K law. This yellow 2K is really, really good in this deck, but it's the only 2K law. You can play Beppo, Hard Pirates 2K, I guess, but I think the 2K law would be even better. And yes, I don't know if I have it here, but which also is really good in this deck is the one cost event for Rosinante. I think it's leader lock. Or no, it's not leader lock, but it said you get 2K counter on something and then you get one law from your from your trash into your hand. As you see, you quickly build up a board with a lot of blockers. The problem sometimes is that you also have a lot of non-counter. The 4 cost is non-counter, the 6 cost is non-counter, and the 7 cost is also non-counter. But it's fine. Now he's gonna swing. I can block directly, swing again, I can block again. Oh, I don't even block because why? I need a place on the board. And it's almost over the game. I don't really know how long this will go. But yeah, I really enjoy this deck, especially because it was so bad the previous meta, but now it can really shine. In this variant, what the fuck? In this variant, I downplay the uh, 8 cost law because I want to test out EB04 and not EB03 stuff. But of course, you play it 4 times because it's really great. You get 6K swing and the life for free. Yeah, that's the event I talked about. Now calculate a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to make a video about Doflamingo with the 6 cost law and Rosinante because I really think this is a really strong deck. Where do I think this deck is in the meta? The problem is the meta is really wild. And I think it's more about the matchup charts than really the power of a deck. But I think you can play it without hesitation. If you want to play it. You can get results, you can top events with it, you can definitely win locals and everything. It is a strong deck. It is one of the best decks. No, not really, because for that it simply has too many non-counters. It simply doesn't have the stuff like an Evo, Ace, and so on. I think into Emo this deck struggles a lot. Sadly, I only could test it on the dev sim, so I only played more or less newer decks. Kaido felt hard because you don't have protection effect. And yes, but you have a really good curve. It's definitely a deck, whatever decks you're playing, you can lose against it. And it's definitely a deck you should have your matchup. If you either you play it or you don't play it, because this deck will be in the meta and it will come up. But The thing about this matter is that there are like more or less 20 decks that are viable, I would say. So if you like these kind of matters, then it's your format. It's funny because the polar opposite of the last format where you have Emu, Ace, and a little bit of Sorrow. And in this format you have almost every new leader of op14 and almost every leader that got support in EB03 or 4. Yeah, that's the next game, but I think that would take too much time. So yeah, I just gonna to the deck quickly again. Maybe I should have started with this, but whatever. We play the one cost law, the search hard pirate or forehead. We search Rosinante, the search law specifically. We play some laws. As the random 2K plays the Ushuashi. This law that can hand loop, the unbreakable event. You will frighten me, good event. This is the really great event, like I told you. Another searcher for hard pirate, 7 cost law, 6 cost, and 2K. I have to say it's not really a good build, especially because it's also not EB03 stuff in it. But I just want to showcase here that this deck is good and it's really fun because it's aggro. If you're a fan of Law or Rosie, it's just really enjoyable. Yeah, that should be it for this video. I hope you like it. And yeah, leave a nice comment, or if you have question about this deck, or you want to see another deck, I do a similar video to it. I'm not quite sure how I will do these kind of deck profile, so it's just testing out at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you think of it, and bye.